So, the Warriors lost their first game versus the Brooklyn Nets in the season opener on Tuesday. I covered that game in this video right here, and you should see that link populate in the top right of your screen. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out as it's got my breakdown of the game and the faults that led to a Warriors loss. Moving on, however, one of our key guys was missing from that game, and as you know, Draymond has gotten a lot of slander in between his Defensive Player of the Year run and today. The problems that people have with Draymond, from what I'm seeing, is that they don't think he helps the team in any way, that he should be traded, and even with Draymond, if the Warriors don't have Clay, they can't make a deep playoff run. I am here to dispel that line of silly talk and let you guys know what Draymond brings to the team, what we can expect from him Friday, and why having him will make it easier for the Warriors to go on a title run. Now that you guys are primed on my subject for the day, let's get to that intro. Draymond Green is a very controversial player. What is unfortunate, however, is that he's known for being a bad shooter on a team that is known for having the greatest shooting backcourt to have ever been witnessed in the NBA. Right off the bat, having the best shooting backcourt on your team and you aren't one of them, why would you be the one taking shots? This is the same reason why people don't give Steph Curry enough credit for the defense he plays on a nightly basis. It is easy to write off an undersized guard as being barbecued chicken. However, Curry has long since grown past those days. But more on this in a different video. Draymond is the backbone of this team. He is the bridge between the backcourt and the frontcourt guys. He's that transitional player, not with respect to flying down the court on a turnover, even though he does that, but he's the player that traverses both back and front court roles rather seamlessly. He's the Swiss Army knife of the team, and while he doesn't have elite size or shooting for a power forward, he has elite size and defense while playing guard positions and elite passing and handling for a big man. This makes him a mismatch nightmare. Since there has been so much disrespect for Draymond, I'm going to list his accolades for you because a lot of people seem to have forgotten what this man has done for the Warriors, and this goes for fans and non-fans alike. Draymond is a 3-time NBA champion, a 3-time NBA All-Star, and he won Defensive Player of the Year in 2017. He also made the All-NBA Second Team, the All-NBA Third Team. 3 times he made the NBA All-Defensive First Team, twice he made the NBA All-Defensive Second Team, and was the NBA Steals leader in 2017. Don't play with this man's name. He is right up there with the best of them. To say that the Warriors have no chance with this player on the floor with Steph Curry and surrounded by guys who have yet to hit their potential is a gamble I wouldn't take. This isn't saying Draymond will show up Friday hitting threes from the parking lot and shutting down Giannis. He's coming fresh off a foot injury and will need some time to get up to speed and in game shape. Once he's back in action, this team will be as big a playoff threat as they ever were without Kevin Durant in the lineup. Clay is not replaceable. The identity of the Golden State Warriors will not be the same without Klay Thompson. What the Warriors have to do is embrace the talents of the guys on their roster and allow this new identity to develop. This identity changed when we had Kevin Durant, and it changed when he left. If we try to fit these guys in with Steph as replacements for Clay, or even Kevin Durant for that matter, this experiment will turn out to be a failure of epic proportions. At 6'6", 6'7", Draymond has shut down many other centers in the league. And if you aren't a fan of the Warriors, that means your favorite center as well. Only 2 other players under 6'9" have won the Defensive Player of the Year award since Gary Payton did so in 1996. That's Ron Artest and Kawhi Leonard's massive mitts. Draymond isn't a stats player, so his game won't typically show up on stat sheets. What he does are the things that are extremely difficult to quantify. I would assume many of you know what motivation can do to an individual. Now apply that motivation to an entire team. He makes his teammates better. Everyone on the floor is better because of Draymond. Not only does he have your back on defense, but he can run the offense as well, setting up teammates for open looks and easy baskets. Take this clip from Steph Curry for instance.
Where do you think it went most wrong tonight?
I mean, from the start, we had good energy, good intentions. Obviously, knowing how good Brooklyn is across the board, all the playmakers, and the way Katie and Kyrie came out the gate. But I think we got a little frustrated with our shots not falling in the first quarter. We had some good looks, and missed a bunch of them, and it kind of deflated us a little bit. And that in turn took our edge off on the defensive end. And against a team like that, they're going to expose you.
I'm telling you right now, this would not have happened if Draymond was on the basketball court. Last year, without Steph on the court was a completely different scenario. The team lacked the talent and depth to compete at the highest level, and no matter how much you motivate a less talented player, they'll never be able to compete at the same level as a motivated and more talented player, both of which you need to win an NBA playoff series, much less the finals. Draymond's game was never going to impact such a team, and when you have a talented team such as the Warriors have now, and for some reason things just don't seem to be going right, what you need is an enforcer. You need the guy that keeps law and order. He's the one that bonds the team together and makes sure this team runs like a well-oiled machine, is precise, and every independent component is working at maximum efficiency. You need Draymond to extract the best version out of other players on the court. No matter how talented a player is, having a player like Draymond will always help them become better versions of themselves, at least on the basketball court. This is what Draymond brings to the team. Now, if you want to talk about stats, Draymond shot 39% from 3 on 3.2 attempts per game in the 2015 to 2016 season. Although you can argue that it has been falling off since then, he did this for an entire season. This isn't to say he will be shooting 40% from 3 this year, but if he does shoot above 35%, you shouldn't be surprised by this. If you surround him with the right talent, Draymond will thrive and make each player on that team the best version of themselves. Every player on a team has to have a purpose, and they have to fit together. If you have too much overlap or no overlap at all, you will lose against teams that are more balanced. What we need from Dre is good playmaking, defense, and all the intangibles I mentioned earlier in the background. He is elite in all these categories and will provide this in spades. We already have guys that can perform offensively, so it isn't necessary for Draymond to be an offensive powerhouse. He can score here and there when needed, which he does, but the Warriors don't need Draymond to score 20 points a night. If that happens, it's a bonus. Everyone, including Steph, who have played with him, can attest to this fact. So, come Friday, it isn't a foregone conclusion that Draymond will play, but it is very likely, so I'll base this on him playing Friday. The on-court chemistry between Draymond and James Wiseman is going to be incredible. Their offense will be spectacular. Draymond is known for throwing lobs, especially in the past to Andre Iguodala. Now imagine him having a 7'1" athletic big to throw these lobs to, and James Wiseman loves to jump for them. So this is going to be an extremely dynamic front court that is very capable and can hold its own with high IQ plays. So there will be a lot of dunking once Draymond and James Wiseman develop their chemistry on court. And honestly, I do not think it will take very long for that to happen. I expect the team to be much more cohesive on defense. If you didn't already know, Draymond is constantly making sure guys rotate and cover their man, as well as provide help defense. He is our on-floor defense coordinator. Steph isn't exactly the guy to open his mouth and let his teammates have it. This is Draymond all day. Both Steph and Draymond make these guys better. While Steph opens the floor for guys to take advantage of their talents, Draymond opens up their minds to realize their potential and reinforce their mojo. A team that has lost its morale will not go far. But as long as Steph and Dre are playing together on this team with Klay's moral support and a good trio for the supporting cast, these guys will still remain a threat, as they have all the talent needed for a deep playoff run. All they need right now is for Steve Kerr to make the right adjustments to get this team firing on all cylinders. Once they get that, See ya. Alright, that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them below. If you have any thoughts on the topic that I just discussed, you can leave those as well. Let me know what you think of Draymond, if you think he will be helpful to the team come Friday, or if he's just going to be a dud and we won't be able to expect anything from him. Thank you for checking out my video again, and thank you for subbing to my channel. And if you haven't, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also that like button. Till next time, swish.
I block so hard, sweetie get served. Call me Lonzo Ball, bitches get swerved.
Usually I don't get down with these girls, but tonight it's on my mind, so I might eat these words. I just wanna watch